Welcome to Style to Rise, the podcast where real women share real stories about style, confidence, and everything in between. I'm your host, Jeanine, image consultant, entrepreneur, and your personal cheerleader in confidence and style. So grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's get started. Today, I want to talk about something we all try to avoid: pain. Whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, or even that feeling of being completely unmotivated. It's uncomfortable, and most of us would do anything to run from it. But what if pain wasn't the enemy? What if pain was actually the wayfinder, pointing us toward where we need to grow? I remember moving from Pretoria to Vryheid. I felt this heaviness. Before the move, I was a flight attendant. One week, I would be walking the streets of Hong Kong, and the next week, I will be on a rooftop bar in New York. Then we moved to Vryheid. I didn't have a job, any friends, or children to keep me busy, and Loubser was working all day. Luckily, my mom and brother were there. There were days I felt completely drained and unmotivated. I would wake up with this heaviness, thinking, what's the point? I don't have the energy for this. At first, I thought that feeling meant I was failing somehow, that maybe I wasn't strong enough. But with time and with a very good friend I made, who reminded me that pain and exhaustion weren't a sign I was broken, they were a signal. They were pointing me toward the changes I need to make, whether it was slowing down, asking for help, or even letting go of perfection. That pain was guiding me back to myself. Today, I want to share some lessons with you. Lesson 1: pain is feedback, not a punishment. Instead of seeing pain as a punishment, what if we saw it as feedback? Pain is life's way of saying something is out of alignment. It's not here to hurt you, it's here to guide you. For example, if you're in a situation that constantly drains you, that exhaustion is not a sign you've failed, it's a sign you're being moved toward change. Lesson 2: there's no failure, only feedback. I love this idea. There is no failure, only feedback. Every setback, every time you feel unmotivated, is just information. It's showing you what isn't working, which is just as valuable as finding what does work. It might also show you to take a break and rest. It's not the end of the story, it's part of the path. And that is so important. I know when I feel unmotivated, I know I need to take a break now, I need some rest, and I need to listen to my body when I get to that space. Lesson 3: contrast gives meaning. Think about it. Without sadness, would we even recognize joy? Without darkness, would we notice the light? Pain isn't here to destroy us. It's the contrast that helps us to really feel and appreciate the good when it comes. In Romans 8, verse 18, I consider that our present suffering are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. Pain isn't permanent, and something greater always comes out of it. Lesson 4: pain is a moment of choice. When you're in pain, you always have a choice. You can collapse into it, or you can rise through it. And the choice doesn't have to be dramatic. Sometimes it's just choosing one new thought, one new word, or one small action today. Pain reminds us we're not stuck forever. We always get to choose again. Lesson 5: you're not alone. And maybe the most important thing you need to remember is you are never alone in your pain. Even when it feels like you are, those moments of heaviness, of despair, often brings us closer to our truest self, closer to something bigger. Pain cracks us open so we can reconnect with who we really are. And just by sharing your pain with someone else, you realize you're not alone. I remember I went through something with my eldest son, and I shared it with a friend I've made here in Bloemfontein, and she told me, Janine, I'm going through exactly the same thing. So after sharing the story with her and realizing she's going through exactly the same thing, it really made me feel better by knowing I'm not alone. So if you're listening today and you feel unmotivated, stuck, or even broken, I want you to remember this. Pain is not the enemy, it's the compass. And the more you face it, the stronger, wiser, and more alive you become. Being in pain doesn't mean you've lost. It means you're in the arena, and that's where growth happens. I want to leave you with this Romans 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. This is a reminder that even when we can't see the purpose in our pain, God is weaving it together for good. With all my love, Jeanine. Thanks for joining me today on Styled to Rise. If you enjoyed this conversation, share it with a friend who could use a little inspiration and style in her life. And remember, confidence isn't about having it all together. It's about showing up exactly as you are and owning it. Until next time, keep styling, keep rising, and keep showing up.